0242336241. 0242336241. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp onto that particular line, whereby we'll be reading meanings into whatever you say. We have a packed show. My able lieutenants are seated with me. We'll be looking at the newspapers, especially the Daily Graphic, especially the sports column, what is telling Ghanaians, and we'll also be taking a nosedive into what Ghanaians should expect from the Black Stars as AFCON 2019's beckons nearer, and we are expecting Ghana out over 37 years. We've not won anything pertaining to the AFCON, and this time around we want to see something better in Egypt, and so we'll be taking a look at what viewers out there or Ghanaians expect from the Black Stars come the AFCON 2019 in Egypt. We'll be taking a critical look at what happened or the aftermath of whatever transpired between Teresa Bremen, so the prison ladies, and then what happened in Sunyani. So we'll be calling our regional correspondent in the person of Richard Asari, who will be doing justice to this. And also yesterday we had one semi-final match that actually went on at the Jendu Park. Hazaka's ladies were able to tame Sea Lions by 2-1 at the Fortress Jendu Park. The return leg will be at the fearsome Indom Sports Stadium in Cape Coast, where Sea Lions will be hosting Hazaka's ladies in a return leg. We take a critical look at what Neil Armstrong told Ghanaians in terms of sponsorship package for the 24 teams who will be participating in the AFCON 2019. We'll be taking a critical look. We also call our central regional correspondent in the person of Ebenezer Kwanzaa, or you can also call him Fujanja. He'll be giving us outline in detail of what happened at the Jendu Park. You can also join the fray, because definitely you will be with us as we start this particular journey. Call this WhatsApp, or please send a WhatsApp, send a WhatsApp on 0242336241, 0242336241, or you can send a personal WhatsApp to me on 02646069, 02646069. It will be read on this particular show. That is the Sports Coffee. Let me quickly run you through my guest who will be doing justice, who will be flying with me from now until 10:30 when I say bye-bye to you. I have on my immediate left no other person but the same face that you saw yesterday, Benjamin Mensah. Ben, good morning.
Sure. Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm doing very good this morning.
And how has your morning been like? I mean, anything?
Well, my morning has been good, with Omy TV. I'm assured of at least the coffee this morning. So it's good. I've already enjoyed our week sports, seeing some of the highlights, and the Blues are winning, but who cares? They will still not make top four.
You heard it all from the man. I always term him as controversial, but I wouldn't tell you where he belongs to. And then on my extreme left, I have no other person. Bernard Onyame. You can also call him the champ. Bernard, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you? How has your morning been like?
Oh, I'm also blessed this morning. We give thanks to the Almighty God that everything is moving on well for us.
You heard it all. This is the man. He will also give you insight about whatever you need to know about the show. This is the Sports Coffee with me, Cecil Nita Potego. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we just
Omy TV.
Guys, watch out. Omy TV is going to shock the world. Yeah, I'm done. I'll tell them.
Hi, my name is Anthony Wood, scriptwriter, actor, and keep it live on Omy TV. I say so. Okay, so I really appreciate everyone who's watching Omy TV.
Hi guys, this is Cookie. Keep watching Omy TV.
Charlie, this is Omy TV. If you don't watch Omy TV, what you watch? But you what's up? Charlie, make it watch Omy TV. Bobali says so. Allah your boy, man. Salam alaikum.
So hi, I'm Nancy Morris. Keep watching Omy TV. Yes.
Keep it locked on Omy TV. My name is Terry Valentino, actor and commercial model. Thank you.
I'm telling you now, I'm endorsing Omy TV because that's the new age. All about entertainment, the best.
Welcome back from that particular break, and you are still here on the Sports Coffee Show. I am Cecil Nitekotebu. You can also join the fray what you think the Black Stars should bring from the AFCON 2019, and you can send a WhatsApp on 0242 336241 0242 336241. Let's quickly run you through what we have in the dailies. We are actually at the back page of the graphic of the daily graphic, and then we just hit page 63. Normalization committee condemns attack on referee Bremansu. Now the details. The GFA Normalization Committee has condemned the assault on FIFA referee Teresa Bremansu, who officiated the women's special competition match between Prison Ladies and Ampem Dakuan Ladies in Sunyane last Sunday. It has subsequently referred the matters to the FA's disciplinary committee for education in line with the FA statutes, and as well as indicated it will liaise with the police to bring the perpetrators of that dastardly act to justice according to law. In a statement signed by its spokesperson, Mr. Dan Kwekuyeboa, the committee called on the attack on referee as shameless and dastardly act which represent a drawback on Ghana football, particularly at such a period when efforts are being made to improve football administration in the country. I mean, yesterday we dealt with this particular issue, but the normalization are now out with condemnation attack on Teresa Bremansu. I mean, what do you make of this assertion?
So I think this is a step in the right direction. We did say same thing here yesterday, that if people are not brought to book, if people continue to do such actions and they get away with, then of course we are going to be seeing this more often, where people feel that okay, once the match is not going in their favor, then we need to attack the referee. But I'm with the normalization committee. I was calling for this yesterday, and this morning it's happening. Let's take them on, whoever that was behind it, whoever is in charge of it, whoever that took part in this assault. They should be brought to book, punish them, deal with them, so that the rest, the others, it will deter others from doing that. Because we've seen so many instances where people do these things and they go away. No one says anything. At the end, we'll talk about it. Within a matter of a week or two. Then the issue dies and people come back doing the same. So once they are punished, I think it will deter others from doing same.
Yeah. Bernard, let me just rope you into this conversation. Don't you think it's high time we have a scapegoat? Excuse me to use this language. We should cite an example for people to look through. Because why do you attack a referee? When we look at other leagues out there, we know for a fact that the moment even a referee takes a decision that goes contrary to whatever you feel, you don't attack. Even in your submission, whatever you make out there, you are quickly suspended, or you will be banned like 2 or 3 matches off the touchline. It goes to the coaches, it goes to the players. Even when a player just rushes to the referee, he's shown a yellow card. But in Ghana, that is not done. But I think with this coming out from the normalization committee, we are bound to see things changing.
It's a good statement from the NC, looking at 1 or 2 things happening in our football currently. The referees too, what they have to do is when they're officiating, they need to at least look at both sides. Like they need to take a critical look how they officiate their matches. And also, this statement is going to help bring those people who did what they did to Teresa Bremansu, so that it won't happen in the subsequent games. I heard that one prison officer slapped her. As a prison officer, you know the law. You need to enforce the law, because you are an officer.
It's alleged.
It's alleged. Thanks very much. That one prison officer slapping a prison officer. You need to enforce the law. You are rather beating up the referee. So for me, this statement from the NC, they shouldn't think that
the attack on Bremen Su will go scot-free, because definitely we have to make sure that
we'll go scot-free, because some of our security agencies, especially the big men, might think that because it's a prison officer, so they will leave her. So for me, it will be very good.
One thing that you don't know is that we called Richard from Sunyani, and then he gave us a detailed outline of what happened in Sunyani, because I learned the prison has a second division male side. 2 years ago, they played against a police team and they beat them mercilessly at the same pitch.
So even yesterday when he was reporting, he mentioned that the people that went to watch the match, most of them were the prison officers.
Yes.
And it is hard for someone who is not an officer to go to the barracks to watch a game.
Yeah.
So it tells you how possible is it that an outsider will come to a barracks to slap a referee. It won't happen.
Never.
You dare not go to a barracks to go and slap a referee.
And that is the army pack.
Exactly. So it tells you the person, whether it's alleged or not alleged. For me, I want to believe it's an officer.
Definitely,
and
for sure.
We have a problem if our law enforcers, those who are supposed to enforce the law, they themselves are breaking the laws. Then it tells you where we are going.
Yeah, Bernard, now come in again. How do we move on? We need to let Teresa Bremen know that, look, all Ghanaians are with her, irrespective of whatever she did, whether good or bad. Nobody has the mandate being instituted on him or her to touch her. So we are looking at telling her she should just calm down and then move on. What is your take on that before we move to what the SWAC president said?
First of all, to the NC, what they have to do is now, when they are sending some refugees to those kind of barracks parks, especially the security agencies, they need to add maybe 20 national security personnel to it, so that they can beef up security when the matches are going on. And secondly, what they have to do is that they need to get a detailed report when the match is being played, so that maybe when one person is even insulting the referee, they can get that person, so that these things won't happen in the subsequent games. So for me, what they have to do is that they need to arrest the person who beat up the referee, especially if the person is even a prison officer, because even the policemen can do something, they get arrested. Go to some prison, they have a lot of policemen who they've jailed 5 years, 6 years. So when they jail one person, or one person is brought to book, these things will stop. Because I've never seen this thing before. As a prison officer, you need to enforce the law. You are rather.
That is it. That is the perfect thing that you've even said. And for me, I'm just done and dusted on Teresa Bremen. So we know for sure, Teresa, irrespective of whatever happens, we'll pray to God this thing will never happen again. We'll pray that we'll always move on to the greater heights, and then make sure that things will always come up clean. And we are telling people out there, this is Ghana football. This is all that we have. This is all that we are portraying to the world. So if things like this will come out in the media landscape, and for other people to be reading meanings into whatever is happening, then I beg to differ. Ghana football will never go anywhere. And we are trying to normalize things from where we are sitting, because everybody is talking about football in Ghana. We are also craving, because in 2023, we are hosting the whole of Africa in Ghana. So we need things to propel us, to push us to the greater heights. And then we have investors and marketing people coming to Ghana, and then we will lift us up from wherever the economy is. And then we'll have a fruitful economy whereby everybody can have something in his or her own pocket. Now let's move it on to page 62 on still the daily graphic. We are keen to build capacity of members, says the SWAC president. And this story is by George Ernest Asare. The president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, SWAC, Mr. Kwabna Yaboa, has given an assurance that his administration will consciously build the capacity of members to enhance their professional operations on both local and international fronts. He said the association was also expanding its frontiers through a membership drive outside Accra by inaugurating many more regional branches across the country. That, he said, will endear sports journalists to know the sports fraternity in particular and the sports fan in general, thereby accelerating the sports development of Ghana. I mean, how do you assess what the president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana is saying? Because one, they've inaugurated the Volta caucus of SWAG. They have the Ashanti Regional Caucus. They'll be moving to Secondary Takrady very, very soon, and then it will be hitting all the regions in Ghana. How do you see this panning up? Would it help journalists? Would it rather bring us down, or would we be divided as a common front?
Well, Cecil, this shouldn't divide us. I think it's a step in the right direction, because we need capacity building as journalists. It's high time we understand that if our sport is going to move on, then the reportage of the media, we need to look at it from a certain aspect. I was very saddened when I heard a report on Conte, the player who plays for Kumasi as Anticotoco, and he referred to him as an ex-convict. And it was very, very bad. You see, as a journalist, we are trying to push the positivity. We are trying to encourage people. And if you want to report someone who is playing football, who is, making fans to get excited, and we are trying to push away the negativity, and for all the adjectives and all the whatever that you have, and the only one you could use to describe a player is ex-convict, then it's a worrying situation. Yeah. So I believe that we need to build capacities, teach people, train people, how to report, on the good side, so that we can build our sports to a place where we all want to see it. So for me, I want to side with him, and I believe that it will go a long way to help sports journalists in the country.
Definitely, for sure, Bernard. This is Mr. Kwabena Yeboah. He has been a writer for almost 35 years. He has seen it all the pros and cons through SWAG, and I think every sports journalist in the country should belong to an organization. Not to SWAG, an organization, be it the GJA, be it SWAG, be it whatever. Because when you are affiliated to an institution, it makes you look grand or great in whatever you do, and it also boosts you up, because if you're able to travel all the way from Ghana to other countries, and then you're able to meet other sports journalists, you will know how to fraternize, because when you come, everything that they do in SWAG means it brings members all together to have a united front. How do you see this? Because he spoke to Daily Graphic when Ghana hosted the 6th AIPS Congress here.
It's going to help us, because we, the upcoming journalists, at least we need to learn more, so that we can report on issues that will help us, especially when we are reporting on other sporting activities. It will help us, because looking at the youth now, especially the upcoming ones, they have some trend that it seems everyone wants to insult, especially the tree-speaking stations, in quote. When they are reporting, they don't take their time. They use certain words. You might be watching TV sometimes, and some sports presenters will be even using the F. But when you join this association like SWAG and Ghana Journalist Association, it will help build your capacity, and also it will boost your confidence. How to report, how to talk, even when presenting on TV, how to even position yourself. Or they teach a lot of things, and also it will help you get some traveling experience to meet other people, especially top-notch journalists in other parts of the world. It will build your confidence. So for me, Kwabena Yeboah and his people are doing well, especially the secretary for SWAG, Mr. Willie, and also Tom Kruger.
That's the Deputy General Secretary.
Deputy General Tom Kruger. They are doing well. I heard that they opened one branch at Kumasi, and also they will be moving to Secondary Takrady. So it will help. It shouldn't be this to Accra, Kumasi, and Takrady. It will extend to other regions, so that especially our friends, the media friends in Volta regions and also the northern parts, will also help, and also they'll gain some experience. We'll build them up, so that we can build a better nation through sports journalism.
Yeah. You heard it all from the man Bernard Onyame. You can also call him the champ. Now let's take a look. We are just going back, but all is in the Daily Graphic. This Wyoming demands report on visa fraud probe. Mr. Kwabena Mensah Wyoming, the ranking member on Youth, Sports and Culture Committee of Parliament, is calling for the report on the investigation conducted into the alleged fraudulent procurement of visas by some Ghanaians to Gold Coast, Australia, to watch the 2018 Commonwealth Games to be made public. If you could be aware, I mean, we had this scandal hitting the nation some time ago where we had certain senior top-notch ministers even told to step aside for investigations to continue. And after that, we've had a white paper coming out of this. And now the ranking member, that's Kwabena Mensah Wayomi, is saying that the reportage should be made public so that everybody will know what actually transpired.
Sister, it will interest you to know that some of these journalists are enjoying in Australia. Seeking refuge somewhere. Enjoying the breeze and all that.
I know about 2 people. They went, they didn't return back.
They didn't return.
Yeah.
Anyways, but this is all that we've been saying, even with the Theresa Bremansu story. We're saying that we need to make things, clear for people to see. Visa racketeering and all that came in.
No, but Ben, if you are supposed to go by what Kwabena Mensah Wayomi is saying, after the 2014 debacle in Brazil, we had a commission. The commission white paper came out. It was not made public.
Sure.
So today, Kwabena Mensah Wayomi is saying that whatever has transpired in the Australian saga or scandal should be made public.
Exactly. This thing should be made public so that everyone can see what exactly took place. Because these are some of the things that happens. At the end, we will set a committee to look into matters and all that, but when they bring their findings and all that, we are not able to see, to actually get to know what went on. So they should bring it out, explain it to us, and so we can know that, okay, this is what went on, this is what happened, this is what took place, so that we can know that, okay, if we are hitting hard on these people, we are going for them. If we are sacking these people, we are sacking these people. It's about time we get to use people as scapegoats so that some of these things can stop, because very soon we are preparing for all Africa Games. Olympics 2020 is coming, AFCON is coming, and who knows what is going to happen. People have already started preparing for Egypt already.
Yeah. They need to cash in some money.
I mean, just coming, Kwabena Mensah Wayomi, the ranking member of Youth, Sports and Culture Committee in Parliament, is saying that we should make the white paper that came out from the fraudulent procurement of visas by Ghanaians to Gold Coast public. That's why I'm saying that if we are supposed to start with this, then we should revert back to the 2014 debacle of Brazil, where we had ministers, we had accountants, we had so many people being in the white paper by the Jamefe Commission, but still the white paper is not being implemented. And today we are here wanting to implement what happened in 2018, whilst 2014 is still languishing in somebody's office.
First of all, what Wayomi said about the visa racketeering, for me, it should be made public, because looking at the Presidential Commission 2014, whereby we wasted almost 1 month, but we didn't see anything. And the President, Nana Addo, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, one journalist asked him that, are we going to see the white paper?
Songo.
That's Countryman Songo. Yeah, are we going to see the white paper? He said he doesn't have any idea about the white paper. So for me, what Wayomi is saying, it makes a lot of sense, especially because this money is for us, especially the taxpayers' money. So it's going to help so that we will not see anything like people being pocketing some monies and stuffs. Also, when they come, they will go and build big houses, and we don't have water, we don't have electricity, and other people will be suffering. So for me, if they will make it public, it's going to help so that those people will be shamed, and also they will be even jailed.
So we've got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone has got to take responsibility of the things that are happening. You see, the fact that the 2014 we couldn't see results doesn't stop us from
seeing results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So fine, 2014, a whole lot happened. We couldn't see results, but this is 2018. Let's start seeing results now. We can start with the 2018. These things are going to deter others, because right now people are thinking, I'm sure someone is in his room planning, what next? What is my next move? What am I going to do? Because nothing seems to happen. At the end, he believes, oh, after all, we can do it again. We'll go back. Government will set a committee, and they will talk blah 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 blah. They will say in Ghana about Atrati. then at the end we won't see anything. So we've got to see something. So irrespective whether it's 2014 or 2018, let's begin something and let's begin to take people on.
Okay, let's move on to the Ghana Sports newspaper, and it's saying that CK Akono reveals misunderstanding in Asante Kotoko camp. The Asante Kotoko head coach CK Akono has made a shocking claim that there is misunderstanding in the team's camp following their 1-0 defeat to Mediama SC on match day 2 of the special competition. The Asante Kotoko coach was subjected to criticism in the wake of their 1-0 win over Ediana Stars in the opening fixture of the competition. The Pokemon Warriors failed to glitter in the second game as Kwam Boateng's 34th minute penalty ensured Mediama picked the 3 maximum points. During his post-match interview, the bemoaned coach said the absence of some of his key cogs and then claimed there is misunderstanding in the camp. Oh yeah, I'm disappointed with the results. We came here to win or draw. We struggled during the match, Coach Akono said. So what do you have to say about this? Coach Akono is saying there's misunderstanding, but they won their third week game against 11 Wonders by 3-0. Is he trying to say that still the misunderstanding is there, or it has been solved?
The misunderstanding is not coming from Kumasi Asante Kotoko management. It's coming from some of our media friends. They are putting unnecessary pressure on CK Akono. Looking at CK Akono's team currently, he has about 7 key players injured. So you can't tell me that Akono should win every matches. In football, we have 3 things. That's win, lose, and what? Draw. So at least some journalists should understand. It's not from Kotoko management. I heard CK Akono. I spoke to him, and also I did 1 or 2 investigation. CK is trying to tell us that some of our media friends are putting unnecessary pressure on him, so they should stop. So for me, looking at Asante Kotoko's team right now, they've put themselves together and even went to Nkrasa to win against Techima 11 Wonders. So I'm pleading with some of our media friends that they should stop putting unnecessary pressure. Kotoko management, they are united now, and also the players, they are also united. So I don't see some of our friends, especially the sports fraternity in Kumasi, especially those journalists, supposed journalists in Kumasi, putting unnecessary pressure on CK Akono. They should learn the ethics of the work. If you have personal problem with CK Akono, you shouldn't bring that problem into Akono's team. So for me, CK Akono should work hard. You should just forget about them and build a formidable team to conquer Africa.
Yeah, what do you have to say about
that? I want to disagree with Bernard. Okay. See, pressure is part of the game.
Yeah.
It is we, the media people, it is our responsibility, our duty. You know.
Can I chip in this?
No, okay. You just come in a little before he.
Let me ask you a question.
No. You just chip in something.
CK bought about 13 players within one month and some few days. Build a formidable team, and also went to the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup within 1 month too. So why should you put unnecessary pressure?
Okay, it's okay. Now, Bernard,
if you guys know, a certain coach called Louis Van Gaal won an FA Cup, and he was sacked thereafter.
Yeah.
So it tells you pressure is part of the game.
One day Ramos won the La Liga for
Real Madrid.
Exactly.
So if you want to be a coach in football, for that matter, then you've got to accept the challenge, because people are going to throw jabs at you. You can look at the English Premier League, where sometimes people say we have to eat. The media is bombarding you with stories here and there, things that are happening, things that are not happening. So CK has to understand that all these things are part of the game. People are going to write, but it's you have to focus. Okay, even Pep Guardiola loses this season. He has lost to Leicester City.
No, even let's bring it back to our own country here.
Exactly.
Any coach who is mandated to be at the helm of affairs for Kumasi Asante Kotoko or Accra as a football, he loses an El Clasico.
Exactly, because it's a huge office in Ghana, in Ghanaian football. If you are the coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, that's a huge responsibility on your shoulders. Okay, so you understand that, okay, fine, the pressure is going to come, but you are not going to listen to them. As a coach, you do what you know best and try and set up your team to play. For me, I think that loss to Mediama is just one of those things. I mean, they are playing well, and every team, obviously one or two games you are going to lose, you are going to have your bad days and all that. So that is what happened against Mediama.
Yeah, sometimes the pressure that Bernard is saying, I understand. When a coach takes over, supporters of the so-called big clubs, Accra House of Folk, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, even including certain management committee members, they start putting pressure because they want results. Theirs is not to sit down and then the results will come. Theirs is immediately they give it to you. You have the magic wand. You should just wine. And then
so if it's from the management, the board, or from the management, then that is a different scenario.
No, I'm not saying management, the whole management.
Some of them.
Some of them. You see, we have certain people in management who have small boys who do one or two things. So they know the pros and cons about what goes on in management meetings. And then they also have friends within the supporters who also carry these to the supporter base. And then you see the pressure always on coaches.
The pressure is there. For me, I'm not disputing that fact. But for me, what I want to tell CK Akuno is the pressure will always be there. So concentrate on the field, drill your boys, let them know the type of formation system that you are bringing on board, and focus. Because no matter what you do, if you win CAF Champions League for Kumasi Asante Kotoko this season, the following season, if you lose your first 2 matches, the fans are going to be at your back.
Do you know the coach for Melody Sundowns, Pitsu Musumani? He has been in the team for the past 5 years. At a point in time, the supporters for Sundowns decided to sack Pitsu Musumani, the coach for Sundowns. But the management stood beside him. Now look at the sort of football Sundowns are playing.
One of the best in Africa.
One of the best in Africa, beating El Ahly by 5-0, unprecedented. So you need to relax. Asante Kotoko management, especially the supporters, they need to relax. Give CK some maximum time to build a formidable team, getting experienced guys with young and quality boys.
Accra House of Folk and Kotoko, they never signed you for even 3 or 4 years because at the end of the day
they will sack you.
That is it. That is the norm. But this is time. There is time. This is the time whereby management and the board needs to give a coach maximum years, because he starts the rebuilding as early as possible. He cannot even reach the Lenten level, but at the end of the day, the results are the most key in his cabinet. That is where people will start talking.
I like what Clem Grant is doing. Looking at his team now, they have a very young players, young and talented, 18 years, 19 years, 20. So at least when you sign these guys 4 to 5 years, in 3 years time, House of Folk, they'll conquer Africa. Because looking at the ages of House of Folk and currently the ages of Asante Kotoko squad, House of Folk has a younger team than Asante Kotoko. Yeah. So what Kim Grant is doing, I think, is the best. Sundowns did the same thing and now it's helping them. They signed Pitsu Musumani for about 5 years and also signed young guys. So they've played together. So the consistency is there. So it's helping them a lot to conquer Africa. So Asante Kotoko fraternity, especially the supporters, they should relax a little bit and give CK some maximum time.
The last let's deal with the last story in the dealers. Amati to miss AFCON. Leicester City manager Brandon Rodgers is unsure about the return date for injured defender Daniel Amate. Amate has been on the sidelines for the past 4 months after breaking his ankle in a league match against West Ham last October. The Ghanaian international was expected to return from a setback before March. Rodgers, however, remained unsure of the time frame for the return of the 24-year-old, who still remained a doubt in the team's remaining matches in the season. We are unsure if he will return, that's Amati, before the end of the season, Rodgers told the club's official website. How do you assess this? It's not per Leicester City, but Ghana is also going to miss out. Amati is very, very solid for the Black Stars.
He was destined to start.
Yes, and if he is not there, that is where the cry comes from. He's got the finesse, he's got the physique. Coming from FC Copenhagen to Leicester City, after winning the league with Copenhagen, he moved to Leicester City and he has been enjoying tremendous rise from wherever he's coming from. How do you assess that Ghana will be missing a gem? Leicester City is actually missing somebody from their defense.
Well, Amate is one of the players that I personally like. He's a hard-working guy. The guy is able to play at right back, centre back,
left back,
midfield, wherever you deploy him, he's just willing to do a job for you. And it's going to be a huge blow for us because Amate is a very, very good defender, but as we are seeing now, we have to make do with a certain John Boy that we have. But I believe that I was very, very impressed with the performance of the Hoffenheim defender, Kasim Nuhu. I mean, the guy played very, very well in our game against Kenya. He was well composed, solid at the back. He's able to play from the back, dictate play and all that. And he didn't panic anytime the Kenyans were counter-attacking. I mean, he stood his grounds and confidently dealt with all the threats. So Amate will be a blow, but with such performances and with Jonathan Mensah coming in, I don't think we'll have much to worry about.
Oh, okay. I mean, what do you have to say about it?
What I have to say is that looking at Amate is going to worry us because he's one of the best defenders in Africa and also the world now. So it's going to worry us. But we should also think that we have one or two players playing their trade outside, whereby they can fill in for Amate. Looking at Joseph Edu, formerly of Interlice and also now playing for Genk, and also we have the likes of Kasim Nuhu. As Benji said, he's one of the best centre back. He's the ball playing type. So these two players can fill in the void. We have Jonathan Mensah when it comes to experience, but I don't think John Boy should go to this AFCON because John Boy doesn't deserve to even be.
No, we'll look at those topical issues. No. Whereby you have a submission, you are supposed to tell us. You are supposed to give us insight of what Ghanaians should expect from the Black Stars as they troop to.
Amate's injury will worry us. Will worry the Black Stars a lot because he's one of the best players. So we have equally good players. Even the local scene, we can give you Mohamed Al-Hassan of House of Folk and also Kofi Ajari of House of Folk. They are equally good players. So when we give the local players to some chance, they can help get a good team.
Yeah.
Because when Nigeria won the African Cup of Nations under coach Stephen Keshi, they used almost 8 local players to win it. So why not Kwesi Appiah also give especially the local players, the defenders, some chance
building a team.
to also do magic for the nation. So
definitely
we have good players around.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's go to our topical issue for today. We have a topical issue whereby you, the viewers at home, can also do this by sending your WhatsApp. I mean, what do you expect from the Black Stars in this year's AFCON 2019, which will be coming up in 2 months' time? That it will be in June. What do you expect from the Black Stars from the AFCON 2019 in Egypt? This is the topic for discussion, and we will be discussing it into deep to let you also know what Ghanaians out there are expecting. These are our own views and our own opinions. We are entitled to that. Nobody holds any grudge against anybody because we are speaking from whatever topic we are discussing today. Ben, let me just start from you.
Sister, on that note, let me adjust my seat.
I mean, what should Ghanaians expect from the Black Stars in this year's AFCON?
We are expecting a lot from them.
Let me just let our viewers know that you can join by sending a WhatsApp to 0242336241, 0242336241, or you can send a personal WhatsApp to me on 0264600069, 0264600069. It will be read here on this particular show. That is the Sports Coffee Show.
Cecil, I know for sure that most Ghanaians and some of my colleagues are not expecting anything good from the Black Stars, for a fact. But the Black Stars always do well when it comes to tournaments. It's one thing I've seen with them. At least our semi-final year, we are destined for it. So for me, Kwesi Appiah says he has been building a team. He's building a team. He has been building a team
in his head.
So I want to assume that for now Because in an earlier interview, he said that he already knows the team that he's taking to the AFCON. So I want to believe that now he's done building his team and he knows his 23-man squad, that these people are going to do the job. Mind you that Dr. Kofi Amor has said that if Kwesi Appiah fails to win the AFCON, he should leave before he's sacked.
Yeah.
If he fails, he shouldn't come back to Ghana. He should resign before they get back to Ghana. Because we are tired of going to AFCON all the time, semi-final, we are kicked out. We go to final, we lose and all that. We've given you enough time to build a team. We've been patient enough. There has been invitations upon invitations, players that we expect to see in the Black Stars. Some are giving the chance, some are not giving the chance and all that. This time, Kwesi Appiah has no excuse than to deliver. Because when I'm looking at the African continent, fine, we can say that the Black Stars is not in a good shape as of now. But as comparing it to the other African teams as well, for me, to be frank with you, I don't see a team that for now you can pinpoint and say this is a team that is ruling Africa, that is on top of issues when it comes to African football. So why not Ghana? We can also do it. Kwesi Appiah has to get things right. He needs to get his selections right, because we are expecting the trophy. The relationship of the Black Stars and Ghanaians is shaking right now. So the only thing that can correct it right now is with an AFCON trophy, and he needs to get his selections right. If the senior players, the so-called senior players, are not delivering, put them at the bench. We have players who are delivering. Frank Echiampong,
China. It's in China.
Richmond Boatia. I mean, these are players who are scoring week in, week out. It doesn't necessarily have to be a template squad that we know. Okay, I'm sure if you give us the opportunity, we can predict the 23-man squad, and at the end you will see. You will see the players.
I'll give you that
exactly. So for me, I know most people are not expecting much from the Black Stars, but me, I am expecting much for them. I see that we can do it, because Ghana, whenever we go to AFCON, we do very well. And if Kwesi Appiah is able to put one or two things aside, he's able to get his tactics spot on. If he's not going to say this time around, I want to play with the younger lads, so that when they get tired, then I will bring the likes of Thomas Partey and all this. We need to get his tactics right, so that we can bring the trophy home. I believe we can do it.
Definitely. Ben, what do you expect from the Black Stars?
What I expect from the Black Stars, first of all, is the trophy. We shouldn't put any. I've heard that they've increased their winning bonus from 5,000. Unconfirmed report, but they've increased their winning bonus from 5,000 to 10,000. So in terms of motivation, they are well motivated to bring the trophy to Ghana. Coach Kwesi Appiah has a big problem looking at his tactics, because for me, when we want to go to this tournament, at least we need one or two expatriate coaches to help him in terms of tactics, because he lacks a lot. Because how could you be on the touchline and tell we Ghanaians that you are playing the younger guys when they get tired before you bring in the experienced players? For me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because as a coach, you've had the opportunity to have some coaching course with the likes of Manchester City and some top European clubs. Telling we Ghanaians that you are using the younger guys when they get tired. You bring the world experienced players.
He's confused.
You are a confused coach, because I've never heard this thing from an experienced coaches. Pep Guardiola, when they are talking, the likes of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, and also Una Emery, when you look at their post-match and pre-match analysis, what they do is that they talk about tactics. I've never seen Kwesi Appiah, maybe Ghana Blasters, after a game talking about tactics. Always he talks about let me use this word, unnecessary things. So for us to go and win this tournament, we need to get a foreign coach, a world experienced foreign coach, to help Kwesi Appiah. At least we can give him some 2 weeks contract just for this tournament, or maybe 1 month contract, to help Kwesi Appiah. At least they can direct him, maybe do these changes, do this change. This guy is getting tired. You need to bring in this player so that we can support Kwesi Appiah, because for the past 38 years now, we've never won an AFCON trophy. I want to see an AFCON trophy, especially from the Black Stars. I've seen one before, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, whereby Dedayu and his colleagues, Jonathan Mensah, they won it in Egypt. Ajman Bedu, they won it in Egypt. So I want to see this crop of players, looking at Dedayu, Asamoah Gyan, and also the rest. At least we need to see some AFCON. They are well motivated now. Their salary have been increased from $5,000 to $10,000. So they have no excuse to bring the AFCON trophy to we Ghanaians. What we need is the AFCON trophy. If they bring the AFCON trophy to we Ghanaians, we'll stop bashing them.
All in all, let's look at how we are structuring the Black Stars or whatever is in place now. If I push you to the wall, can you just name or just be the coach of Ghana Black Stars? Give me your 23-man squad.
Should I name mine 23 or Kwesi Appiah's 23?
You name
your 23-man squad.
Well, I expect the goalkeeper to be in there. What's his name?
Richard
Ofori. I expect to see Felix Annan, the Kotoko goalkeeper. Lawrence Ati, I'm not impressed at all by the guy's performance.
So who will be your third goalkeeper?
There's this guy. I've forgotten the team he plays for, but I'm sure I'll recall his name.
Okay.
For the defense, I believe Harrison Affo has to be there.
Okay.
Obviously, Andy Yadom, when he's fit, he has to be there. We need to get Kasim Nuhu.
Yeah.
We need to get Jonathan Mensah. Lumo Agbenyenu will surely be there. Baba Rahman, I'm not sure will be match fit.
Yeah.
So we need a replacement. Then Jeffrey Schlupp comes into the fray. We are looking at Kwadwo Asamoah has to be there. Efri Akwa has to be there. I'm looking at Thomas Partey. Wakaso, for obvious reasons that we all know that Kwesi Appiah cannot drop him, so we'll put Wakaso there. For me, if I had my way, I would drop a certain Jordan Ayew.
Yeah.
I will go for Boachi Yadom. Go for Caleb Ekuban.
Yeah.
These are guys who have proven, they've shown the willingness that they want to lead the attack. It is not players who will go and sit at the bench at their club teams, and when they come to Ghana they want to play as if they are the Maradonas of our time.
Okay.
You want to see Christian Achu somewhere. You want to see Frank Echampon, and there is this chap we seem to have forgotten about him so soon. Ebenezer Ofori. The guy is a fantastic player.
One of the best left.
He's able to control the ball midfield.
He's in US now.
I expect to see Alfred Duncan as well. On the right side, I'm sure I've mentioned Andre Dede Ayew has to be there, but his brother has to be dropped. This is not a personal attack on anyone. But for me, we've given Jordan Ayew countless opportunities. Countless. The guy has never impressed me in a Black Star shirt, not even for once. So I think, how many players have I got?
You've mentioned about 26. 26.
No. Over 16 players.
Over 16 players.
Yeah.
So I mean this, exactly. These are, I think this is the core of the team. I want to see these players. The rest will definitely be players who will be on the bench, but this is the core of the team that I want to see.
Bernard, how do you want to structure the Black Stars, make it formidable? Now you are the
head coach.
Oh, okay. Now call your players for the AFCON 20.
For me, for the goalkeepers, I'll go in for Richard Ofori of Marisburg United, and also Nana Bonsu of Enugu Rangers. We also his performance during the CAF Confederations Cup. He was adjudged one of the best goalkeepers on the continent. So, and also one of the goalkeepers currently in our country now, Felix Annan, Felix Annan will also be in there.
Felix has to be there.
Felix has to be there. And also right back, I'll go in for Fatal Mohamed. He's a fantastic young chap. He'll also be part of my team. And also Amos Frimpong. I'll consider Afu Harrison because in terms of experience wise, he will help us. And also at the left back, I'm going for Lumo Adbenyanu. Lumo Adbenyanu. And also Justice Anani, a certain Justice Anani of Ediana Stars. He's fantastic, very energetic in terms of his play, surging forward. He's one of the best left backs in the country. And also in centre backs, I'm going for Kasim Nuhu of Hoffenheim. And also probably I'll going for Joseph Edu, formerly of Interlice, who is now with Genk. And I'll consider Jonathan Mensah in terms of experience because he has been in 3 AFCONs, so at least he can help shape the younger ones coming. And I'll give a chance to Kofi Ajari of Hasselhoff because looking at his play, at least I need to include 5 or 6 players. Okay, so in midfield to Kwame Bonsu is also there, and also Mubarak Wakasu can also help in the midfield. And Alfred Duncan is in Italy. What was the team? Sassuolo. Alfred Duncan. And also at the right wing, we have the likes of Jordan Ayew. I might consider him because he is very good. He's a good player indeed because sometimes he has 1 or 2 things I dislike about him, but he's very good. He's a good player. And also on the left flank, Frankie Champon, who is now in China. The likes of Emmanuel Boateng is also there, and also Richmond Boachi Adom, and inform striker now for the Black Stars, inform striker Caleb Ekuban. And I also give a chance to one of the local boys, Joseph Edu. He's a fantastic player by all standards. The guy is equally good. We need to consider him.
For obvious reasons, I would want to go with Asamoah Gyan as well. Because for me, I'm one of the people that so far as Asamoah Gyan is playing, it seems we cannot do without him. Until the day Asamoah Gyan hangs his boot, we cannot. It seems that we cannot play without him. Because when Asamoah is not on the field, it looks we have no one to lead the attack.
But you know something? That is where I find it a little bit absurd. When you have a coach and you have a team that is aging, this is the time for you to inculcate the younger ones to mix
fresh blood
with the experienced ones. The day are you after 2009 when they won the World Cup, they were actually mixed with the experienced ones for the World Cup. And look at the performance of the Black Stars. It was perfect and so marvelous. When our under 20s are not performing, it leaves us to see where we are going to. That is where the football development doesn't yield results. I gave you the mandate as the head coach to mention most of the players, and then you mentioned almost all the players, but you failed to mention Bernard Mensah of Kesseres Sport.
Bernard Mensah of Kesseres Sport.
He has been the bane for Kesseres Sport the whole of this season. And when he got injured, Kesseres Sport has lost matches concurrently.
Very true.
Their first match they lost by 3-0.
The next one my problem is I don't know whether Bernard Mensah will be fully fit for the AFCON because I heard his manager. You grant 1 or 2 interviews with his manager, that's Oliver Mens, the CEO for Omy TV, when he said Bernard Mensah will be out for about 1 month.
Yeah, and he's on the road. He's on the road for recovery.
Oh, okay. So
if Bernard is fit, he will be a good one, probably to mount our right side.
Even in midfield,
he's very good. He's very good.
But I think he has been partially used in
different positions
when he comes for this season. But I mean, I've seen Bernard play a couple of times, and one of the matches I saw him play was against Togo at the Accra Sports Stadium. The guy was fantastic.
I watched him against.
He was marshalling the midfield, and another player that I think we need to add is the captain for the Black Meteors, Yaya Boa. Fantastic chap. I think the guy deserves to go to the
even AFCON. In midfield, Isaac Chum. That boy is a workaholic.
In Norway.
You see, these are players we can mention day in, day out. But it's left with our head coach in the person of James Kwesi Appiah to be calling these people to, even play. Kwesi Appiah was given the notch to play for the Black Stars when he was playing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And I sometimes find it a little bit absurd that he cannot give opportunity to
the local
some
guys.
Of these boys, because his second coming, he said, I'm not going to allow players who want the bench to always come into the Black Stars. But Ben, what are you saying?
So for me, Kwesi Appiah is a confused coach. Well, I'm rooting for the Black Stars to win because first of all, I'm a Ghanaian and I feel it's time for us to win. But if we are to delve into matters, first of all, you want to ask yourself, what tactics does Kwesi Appiah play? What system does he play? If you want to look at some of the other teams, you can talk about Spain, you can talk about Belgium, you can talk about even South Africa. I watched South Africa play against Libya quite recently, and their system of play was amazing. But you can't say same. This is a coach who claims to be building a team, who says I'm going to give opportunity to local players. Yes, till any time they are not seen in the country, we don't give opportunity to players, and we call at a time where we are going to play AFCON. That is where we are calling certain players that we know we are not taking them to AFCON. I mean, not holding any grudges against is it Ernest Mensah, the guy
Ernest Asante. He's in Saudi Arabia.
He plays for Al Jazeera. Over the weekend, he scored 2 goals.
2 goals,
when they won by 5 goals to 1 against Al Ain.
Are we taking him to the AFCON?
If you ask me of Ernest Asante and then Solomon Asante, I'll go for Solomon Asante.
Exactly. The guy was playing his best football some years back, where Kwesi Appiah, you had the opportunity to call the guy, but he refused. I don't know. I don't want to sound a very controversial this morning. I don't know if it's job for the boys or something like that, but Kwesi Appiah has to be up and doing. My heart is telling me that we can do it, but frankly speaking,
the actions are not.
I don't see any system of play or any tactics that we are going to use to win the AFCON.
I mean, your submission on this AFCON 20.
As I said, if we want to win the AFCON, at least we shouldn't depend on the foreign players alone. The local guys too, when given the opportunity, because so you can promise a local guy $10,000. The way he will play for the nation, because he has never seen that amount of money before.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah, because especially looking at the foreign guys.
Of course, say they pay.
Oh, we don't pay up to $10,000.
$10,000.
We don't pay up to $10,000.
They can't pay a player.
We can't pay. We can't even pay.
He can't pay $10,000. I'm telling you.
Doctors shouldn't try.
Yes.
Yeah. If Kotoko have paid a player, can pay a player $10,000, cry, it will be up to maybe $2,000 or maybe $1,000.
He can't pay.
He can't pay up to $10,000.
But they have money though.
Oh yeah, they have money. For that, I can say for a fact, Kotoko has money, but he cannot pay one player
$10,000. For giving a local player an opportunity like this will help the nation. Also, you will give everything out to win a match for the nation. You can do your lineup. That's your first 11. At least I want to see maybe 2 local players starting for the national team. First match, you give 2 local players opportunity. Second match, you can give some maybe 1 or 2 opportunity. It will depend on how the person performs. You see, looking at Coach Stephen Keshi, he won the AFCON with 8 local players. Sunday Imba.
Yeah.
He was playing for Imba then.
Yes.
He was playing the Nigerian. He scored the final goal. So why not? Kwesi Appiah, at least you need to give the local guys opportunity. If you want to win AFCON, we shouldn't depend on only the foreign players. So Kwesi Appiah should give the local guys 1 or 2 opportunities so that it will build their confidence. How can a player playing 90 minutes in a local league, someone is only playing 2 minutes with a foreign club, and you invite the foreign player ahead of the local player?
That is what we always talk about.
So Kwesi Appiah should up his game.
It looks like some people, no matter what happens, they have a space in the Black Stars. That is how come someone sits on the bench for like 4 matches, he doesn't play, he comes to the Black Stars. Then in the same team, someone that is playing ahead of him at his club, he comes to the Black Stars, that person is benched.
That is why we have to say for a fact that where is our Black Stars going? But all in all, we just need to just leave it here because we are not the head coaches, but we are speaking as if we are there with them. And then secondly, let's just hit this running. Neil Armstrong Motagbe, a marketing consultant, had this to say when the AIPS Congress, that's the 6th AIPS African Congress, was held in Ghana. Omy TV caught up close, personal with him, and then we asked him pertaining to the marketing values of the AFCON. This is what he had to tell us.
Yes, by the expansion in numbers of countries from 16 to 24, we have a potentially much wider market to market ourselves as nation states too. So let me break it down. So Ghana goes to the AFCON 2019. We went to AFCON 2017. We were with 15 other countries. If there was anything we're looking to market on the back of our football, it was to 15 other countries. On the back of football again, for this tournament, we have 23 other countries, which is an extra 8. So for me, that's where the opportunity is. I try to do a small straight line analysis. What do I mean? 1.3 billion population of Africa, and I divided it by 54 African countries to say approximately 24.3 people per country. So if we had 16 countries in 2017 with that 24.3 million, you're looking at about 388 million people. With the same foundation, with the 24 nation format, we've got 580 million people. That's 200 million more people potentially looking at Ghana, potentially looking at what is there in Ghana that they could come and invest in, what's there in Ghana that they'll come and look at as our tourism. For me, that's where I look at. I'm looking at marketing the nation on the back of football. Football for me is the biggest export commodity of this country, and it's on the back of that biggest export commodity that we market our game. And it's not a Ghana thing, it's across our football. We don't seem to see that opportunity. So in the presentation I said, why don't we have a fair, a nations fair at the Nations Cup? And at that Nations Fair, we are not talking football because football, we're already playing it. At the Nations Fair, visitors come and they say, okay, we came for football, but the nations are also talking about what there is in the nation. We're talking about Ghana Beyond Aid. It's a good platform to talk about it and tell people how we've gotten to where we've gotten to in terms of our macroeconomic indicators. I look at football as that. It's a weapon. It's a window through which we can talk to the world about our countries. And I say countries because this is not a Ghana thing. It's an AIPS. It's an Africa thing. So that was the essence of my presentation. And I was also, let's say, pinching the media practitioners in the conference that the media holds the key to leveraging and to projecting our football. I said, why doesn't the media some media is going to the hinterlands of Africa and find a precocious young football talent, be it boy or girl, okay? I mean, talented probably more than the big names that we mention in our football today, and follow their story or support them to get into some club and then go out there, and that player after 16 years becomes the World Player of the Year. It becomes a huge story to tell for Africa. To this day, we have only one African who won the World Player of the Year, George Weah, His Excellency President of the Republic of Liberia. Yet, this continent, in my considered opinion, I've been to 19 of those countries. We have so much talent that is just not projected. It's there. So expanded AFCON 2019 gives us opportunity as media people to rework that. And said the fourth estate, the media, the fourth estate of the realm, they must up the ante and push the positive sides of our story. We talk the negative, plenty, no problem. If there's negative, let's talk about it. But Charlie, there is positive. And for me, it's about positive. I'm a positive person. I'm a positive African citizen. I don't run from the negatives. I've been through stuff, but I still remain focused on the positive, because you can only remain focused on the positive as long as you remain alive. And that's where I think Africa should be. That's where our media should be focused, the positive. Projecting Ghana on the back of football, projecting Nigeria, projecting everybody, and projecting our football, probably the best football brand. I think we compare with South America in terms of raw talent. But some of the talent here just gets wasted because our media are not following. We are following controversies, when there's so many nice stories that we could follow to project our game. That was the gravamen of what I shared. And so I threw a challenge. We got to organize ourselves as media, put pressure on our governments, okay, to lobby CAF, to set up a place on the back of every AFCON. AFCON brings huge crowds where we can market our nation states. Give us permission to pull up banners of the things that make Ghana what it is, that make Nigeria what it is, and project it in your hotel. It's there. So the media come to cover. They see a polar banner of Boabing Fema, Monkey Sanctuary. They see Afajato, my beloved Volta. They see the Paga Crocodile Pond. They see this and say, wow, is all of this in Ghana? Yeah. That's the way I believe this expanded AFCON 2019 can inure to the benefit not only of football, but to the benefit of all the nations that qualify for the game. And that was what I suggested to our colleagues in the media in the AIPS Congress.
You heard it all from the man Neil Armstrong Motorbe. He is a marketing consultant with marketing under his sleeves for over 19 years, explaining how viewership, how marketing will be like from 16 teams to the 24 teams that will be played in Egypt. Look, this is what we have for you. From 16 to 24, which means we have 8 more being added to the 16, making it 24. So it opens up the scope for viewership and for marketing. Now, Ben, what do you have to say about what Neil Armstrong said? This is the marketing fray for the AFCON 2019.
This is good news for African football. I mean, it's better late than never. It should have been done a long time ago, but now it has been implemented. It means that teams like Burundi, Mauritania, and all those teams who couldn't qualify, now they've qualified. And these teams are going to travel to Egypt, and so in terms viewership is going to open. More people are going to watch and broadcast TV rights and all that. I mean, people in Burundi weren't going to care about the AFCON because, I mean, Burundi, African Cup of Nations, but now they are partaking. So all these people are going to rally behind their team, and it's a very good thing for CAF. They are going to get money. Teams are going to get money as well. Paraphernalias and all that are going to be sold. So it's a very good thing that we've seen.
Let's look at a nation like Tanzania qualifying. Look at what the president did for them.
Yeah.
He gave each player a parcel of land. This even gives you the motivation that when you go to Egypt and you're able to do something better, you will come home richer. Let's take Tanzania per se.
Tanzania has one of the best teams currently in Africa because looking at their players, it's a young team built with 1 or 2 experienced boys. Looking at their ages, 19 to 21 years. I watched them against Uganda. They played one of the best footballs I've ever witnessed on the African continent. So Tanzania has a very good team. For what their president did for them, giving them some plot and also some money, at least it's a sign of motivation to motivate them to perform more for the AFCON coming up in Egypt. So it's going to help them, and also some teams qualifying the likes of Tanzania and Burundi. At least we'll watch 1 or 2 players in which they didn't have the opportunity previously because their teams were facing difficulty when it comes to qualification. Yeah. So it's a nice idea. It's a nice idea from CAF, at least allowing some countries to also exhibiting what they have in terms of culture and other stuff. It will help us in terms of marketing too. It's going to help 1 or 2, and also teams from Europe, at least big teams, especially the Belgium clubs and also this Holland Holland clubs will help them. They love African players, so at least they will come on board to scout 1 or 2 players, so that it will help players playing in Tanzania. Looking at Tanzania League, right, they are one of the best teams in Africa. Looking at teams like Simba and also Azam FC,
where we have Enoch Ateji,
and also Richard what's the goalkeeper, former Wafa goalkeeper, Razak something Abalora. Yeah, at least. So Tanzania, in terms of football, they are developing. It's helping them, and also it will help them see 1 or 2 players from their side. They have one of the best players in their team now.
Yeah. Definitely, you heard it all from my panelist, who happens to be Benjamin Mensah and then Bernard Onyami. We've been sailing through with you until now. It's time for the flash news, and the evergreen and ever lovely. She is so beautiful by all standards. Lydia Ajay, she'll just be with me here, and then she'll be giving you the flash news. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, the flash news all for you.
get it on Omy TV. So keep watching, don't change the channel.
Guys, watch out. Omy TV is gonna shock the world. Yeah, you're done. Tell them.
Hi, my name is Anthony Wood, scriptwriter, actor, and keep it locked on Omy TV. I say so. Okay, so I really appreciate everyone who's watching Omy TV.
Hi guys, this is Cookie. Keep watching Omy TV.
Charlie, this is Omy TV. If you don't watch Omy TV, what you dey watch? But you what's up? Charlie, make you dey watch Omy TV. Bobali says so. Allah your boy, man. Salam alaikum.
So hi, I'm Nancy Morris. Keep watching Omy TV. Yes.
Keep it locked on Omy TV. My name is Terry Valentino, actor and commercial model. Thank you.
I'm telling you now, I'm endorsing Omy TV because that's the new age. All about entertainment, the best.
Difference.
You'll get it on Omy TV. So keep watching, don't change the channel.
Feel the difference. Omy TV. 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 Feel the difference.
Ghana card no, and you're more than just a means of identification. We're patriotic there. It's going to open up a new world of secure transactions and benefits for all Ghanaians. As an electronic ID, the new Ghana card even allows you to travel within the ECOWAS sub-region without your regular passport.
To register, you have to provide your name, date and place of birth, your residential address, your digital address code, and the name of your parents or legal guardians. You also need either a birth certificate or a valid Ghanaian passport. But if you don't have any of the required documents, don't worry. A relative or two members of your community who have registered and have their Ghana card can vouch for you under oath.
Your Ghana card will be the only acceptable ID for all transactions which require you to prove your identity. And beware, providing false information will lead to your arrest and prosecution.
It's a new era of connectivity, access, and progress for all.
Memobia Nadao. Register for your Ghana card now. One nation, one Ghana card.
No short anymore. Okay. Welcome back, and this is the Sports Coffee Show. Definitely, this is how we do it, and we do it best and better. It's time for the flash news and the evergreen, ever beautiful, so lovely, so pretty Lydia AJ. You can call her Ifya Cookie also. She is here already with the flash news. Good morning, Ifya.
Good morning. How are you doing?
This is the lady on the block. Whenever she smiles, it sends spice down my throat. But actually, just give us what you have this morning.
All right, thank you. Good morning and welcome to the Flash News on the Sports Coffee Show. My name is Lydia AJ. Now, Wasland Beverage star Nana Mpoma has been handed a 2-match ban for pushing a referee after their painful 3-2 against KB Cottridge of last week, which got him sent off. The 22-year-old also has a 1-match suspended ban hanging over him. The Federal Prosecutor's Office initially wanted a suspension of 4 match days with a €400 fine. But after extensive apologies from Mpoma, the dispute committee decided to mitigate. The final verdict were 2 matches effective and 1 suspended plus a fine of €2,500.
The 22-year-old also has a 1-match suspended ban hanging over him. The Federal Prosecutor's Office initially wanted a suspension of 4 match days and a €4,000 fine. But after extensive apologies from Mpoma, the dispute committee decided to mitigate. The final verdict was 2 matches effective and 1 suspended plus a fine of €2,500. Mpoma started serving his ban on Saturday against Royal Union St. Gelasio, and Beveren lost 5-1. He will complete serving his ban after next Saturday's home clash against Circle Bruges in the playoffs.
Moving on, head coach of Emmanuel FC, Richard Kingston, has heaped adulation on his charges following their 3-2 win over New Life FC in the opening fixture of the Jordan Anagbela Memorial Cup on Monday. The Blues commenced the tournament brightly after star forward Ernest Adiwo shot them into the lead in the 5th minute before Cleland Ajete made it 2-0 4 minutes later. New Life FC have the deficit shortly, but Adiwo restored Emmanuel's FC 2-goal cushion, though the losers grabbed a late goal. Speaking to reporters after the match, Coach Kinson said could not hide his delight over his team performance before touching on the Man of the Match award handed to Isaac Nyako.
It fills me with joy to see the players heed to instruction. Everything we touched on training last week was executed in a game. I can't ask for more because I'm happy with the 3 points. My only disappointment is we relaxed a bit after the early goals, which gave our opponents some sort of edge. But I said the boys did well by recovering, Kinson stated. We will work on our concentration in training before our next match because it's needed in such tournaments. A lapse in concentration could cost you a point, so that's one thing we will work on. Midfielder Isaac Nyako backed the best player accolade, though Adiwo grabbed the headline with his brace. When asked on his opinion on the verdict of the match commissioner, the 40-year-old gaffer claimed the award could have gone to any of his players, as most of them played excellently on the day. I am not much interested in the part of the game, as I always believe football is a team sport, but I can't fault the match commissioners for choosing Nyako because he played a near perfect game. However, if any of the players had won it, there will be no qualms because I find it very tough to pinpoint who stood above the rest, as all of them played their hearts out. Emmanuel FC currently sits atop of Group 7A with 3 points, but a superior goal difference ahead of their rivals.
Now, Prisons ladies head coach Moro Amadou has twisted a knife further into assaulted referee Theresa Bremensu by labeling her as a cheat and one easily influenced by money after their women's special competition semi-final defeat on Sunday. The home team were beaten 1-0 by Ampem Dalkwa ladies at the Army Park in Sunyani. After the final, some fans of Prison ladies rushed into the center referee to beat her up.
Prisons ladies officials accused the FIFA referee of officiating and aided the visitors to win the first leg clash. Her officiating was very bad. If the referee had been fair, we would have won the game. Theresa is a good referee, but mostly when a team wants to win a game at all costs and they have money, they contact her to handle the game. We wanted to protest when we saw the officials because we don't like her to handle our matches. I don't know why the normalization committee allowed her to handle the game. Theresa Bremensu is a total cheat and she doesn't fear anything if she wants to cheat you.
Now moving straight to the camp of Asante Kotoko, Ghanaian giants Asante Kotoko have responded to Zesco United official enquiry for their Burkinabe forward Sonny Yakuba. Chief Executive Officer of the club, George Amwako, confirmed Zesco United interest in the 26-year-old, insisting that they have applied the club and are awaiting the offer from the South Africans.
A statement released by George Amwako, CEO of Kotoko, read, "After a management meeting, we have agreed to open negotiations with Zesco United. It is the only official interest I know of," he told Oyerepa FM. "We have replied them as expected and waiting for an offer. Then we can also quote how much we want to sell him. Don't forget, Sonny Yakuba is our priceless asset, which we have no option but to allow him leave. So they should have in mind that he will not go cheap. Let's wait for what they will table before us, then we start from there. As the CEO, the only club that has written to us, and we have also agreed to negotiate with, is Zesco United." Sonny Yakuba was in red-hot form for the Kumasi Asante Kotoko club in the CAF Confederation Cup, scoring twice and creating some assists. The striker has also been on the radar of Egyptian giants Al Ahly, with Sudanese duo Al Hilal and Al Marek also reported to be interested in the forward. There has been reports of clubs in Czech Republic and Portugal also showing interest in the former Stade Malien striker.
That's all for the Flash News on the Sports Coffee Show. Join me at 1 for another edition of the Flash News. But before that, don't forget to get interactive with us on our social media platform at Omy TV GH, and also log on to our website at omytvgh.com. Cecily Tego is on standby for the rest of the Sports Coffee Show. My name is Lydia Ej.
That is the ever vibrant Lydia Ej, and I always love to be with her on the show. Lydia, I mean, how do you see football coming up? Because we are expecting a very good AFCON to come 2019. What do you expect the Black Stars to do?
Well, we always expect the Black Stars to win for Ghana, win for everybody.
But don't you think we have a lose and a draw somewhere?
No, me in my calendar I don't have win or I don't have lose or draw. Just win for us and make the name of Ghana proud.
You always need to make the name of Ghana so high and then soar it up high, and this is what everybody is just calling out for. And you heard it all from the lady Lydia Ej. She was here with the Flash News. I just love to say thank you to Benjamin Mensah for passing through, and Bernard Onyame. Everybody from the production room to MCR, I say a very big thank you to you, and you even at home doing the watching. When I come your way again with another edition of the Sports Coffee Show, my name is Cecil. Nite Potego. I'll feed us in. Sheshe. Tajin. Goodbye.
TV.